So you're eccentric little storyteller, that little well-known celebrity. Some people know about me out here at Carver's Creek, and this is my therapy as I walk out here on Legacy Land, and I get a chance to show off my creativity and give you stories you didn't know. Like this woman right here. This is history, y'all. Miss Betty, not her real name, was the housekeeper for James Stillman Rockefeller. James Stillman Rockefeller. As in the real Rockefeller. I'm not talking Rockefeller Records, okay? I'm talking the real billionaire, legacy, mighty mogul. He did many things. Come out here, and there's storyboards all over the place, and you can learn more about him and why. It's a history that they try to erase. But getting back to Miss Betty, this was her house. And people will tell you, well, this was a plantation, and it was back in the day, but he came out here and changed the energy. And by the way, this was her house. It's not like this was a house that 50,000 slaves stayed in. This was her house, my friends. Do you comprehend? And I just want you to know that slavery was a horrible life, and people need to know about all the wrongs so you won't try to make a wrong or right, but also know the whole story, that everybody was not necessarily a slave. I'm just saying, some of us were already here and were indigenous to the land, by the way. So do not think that every African descendant person came on boats. Do not think that you don't have Native Americans who are not mixed in with Africans or the Olmec tribe. Do you even know who the Olmec tribe is? That's why, Mexicans and Latinos, you really like, you really like gear my grits when I start to bring up the Olmecs and you want to say that that's not black people. Okay, you see you know what? Y'all don't know your history, but do what you want to do. But one thing you won't do is come to me and tell me about my history and act like you know me better than I do, because I'm a class in a lesson too. Anyway, what I had to say is that my actual grandmother, my grandmother on my father's side, and my grandfather had a house like this, all right? Everybody didn't grow up in shacks. Everybody's not like that. Everybody's not Project Pat. Everybody's not Meth Head Mitty. Just because you see me living in a situation, let me tell you something. The industry put me, well, you know what? And I got to take accountability for my own situation too. But I'm saying people will try to steal the money away from you. Between the industry, whoever the industry is to you, the industry could be politics, the industry could be the music industry, the entertainment industry, the industry could be the community, religion, all of it can come up against you when you're the different one, when you actually want people to know the truth. But you know what? The funny thing about it is, and it's no fun when you have people who, well, let's just say you have to have a villain and a hero, and you have to have a hero and a villain. But what if you smack dab in the middle and would like to say, well, you know what? Here's my story. That's why I'm out here today, telling you how some people lived and didn't live, okay? So I don't care what color you are, white, black, blue, green, anything in between. Don't automatically assume because what you read in a book that you know about me, because honestly, I'm a class in reality. And I'll give it to you. You think X gonna give it to you? No, I'm gonna give it to you, because that would be me. But anyway, back to Miss Betty. This was her house, okay? So this man clearly treated her well, and she stayed here. This is Black history, the history they don't tell you. And she stayed here till she died, and I think her daughter stayed here too till she died. So they took care of her. That's just to say, when you want to get people all hot and bothered, you want to separate people through color, you want to separate people through labels, you want to separate people through religion, you want to separate people through a lot of things, and these new kids aren't here for it, and I'm not either. So evidently Mommy says, I got my wings, but Daddy says, I do too. It's a legacy that we bring. And all I'm telling you is that somebody had to come in and be a better role model. Because the music and the entertainment industry and religion too, you all are not telling the truth in the stuff that you do. And you mad at me because I actually have the nerve to not even tell the truth, but represent it too, proudly. See, it's that. We all can learn, but everybody doesn't want to learn. Many would rather hold you back. And it's a sad thing when trash is going to tell me I'm trash. You don't know. If I didn't have God and Goddess in my life, I would literally kick your ass. 50,000 ways. Anyway, I'm going to go walking, okay? But I am Black history, too. I am Black history and Black history. Find out about me. It's a history you never knew. Little well-known celebrity at Carver's Creek. I was the first Black weather girl at WKF-TV. Harold Tyndall, you know, helped to groom me. Thank you, Harold. He was so cool. We had this horrible little Napoleonic news anchorman, Jim Weeder. Oh, gosh. And John Renneman, too. Ed McConaughey and stuff like that. See, it's like that. I have receipts on my history and my legacy. And my mom and my dad were legends in their own right. My dad was a big part of the pioneering when it was good. Merkson Road, yeah, in the hood. That hood used to be a good hood until people decided, you know, it's the same old thing. People play money games, swearing out their activists and shit. And when you're being serious, they want to paint you as a trick. I remember when Reverend Hosea Williams, and I talked about that before, how my husband and I sat on Auburn Avenue with him, and we had many, many talks on how he was the right-hand man of, since we're talking about Black history, he was the right-hand man of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, and we learned many things. It's amazing, and it's wonderful when you can learn from the real experience and the real history and the history, but you have people teaching you who don't know what they know. They only know what they see or they know what they read. But if they're reading from skewed views and skewed ideas, then really their truth is skewed too. But nobody can tell you my story better than me. Like I said, research it. First Black weather girl, WKFT TV. Research it. First female voice that you ever heard on Foxy 99, the Big Stick, the first. Research it. Who was that was hosting the first African American festival or whatever that was at downtown Fayetteville? And I hear Taste of West Africa is coming back. But that's what they'll do. They'll get you do something really, really great, and you get all the numbers, and then these snakes will come in and try to take it out from under you if you don't play that game. They do that with restaurants too. So it's like, I mean, it's sad. It's sad, man. It's sad the games they play. Like if you're really doing something, but you don't pay them under the table, they really find things to take your privileges away. They still do that and smile in your face. They don't know it's a different day today, and I don't play that way. You play with the wrong kid. What would Jesus do if there was a J? I think me. But you say I'm wrong. Yet, I prove, and there's receipts on everything I say. I mean, oh, look at the moon. Wow. Look at that. I don't even know if that's like, I don't even know if that's seeing it, because I don't even know where I'm at. Can you see it? Anyway, I think that was the cue. That's enough of that. Mommy said I said what I had to say. I hear on Legacy Land. Now let me go and play and heal in nature. But know today that before you assume you know what history is or what history is not, go to the people who really might know. Because trust me, I know a lot. But they'll tell you, I don't. And they'll even call me a god. But if I was anything what they said I was, I would have already taken that loaded Glock and blown their ass away. What would a real activist do today? Teach these children and the ones who want to grow, and the real warriors and the real soldiers who are about ready to blow. There's another way. Come out here and breathe. Remember nature. Hug a tree. The moon has something to say on this day. And I'm not saying follow me, but follow your own soul and learn more. I mean, you don't have to pay anything for this. It's free. Wounded Warrior Therapy, baby. I am Val Jones. Black history, black history, and more. Hashtag naturallydao. That's it.